good evening, good morning, good night, good afternoon. I'm laughing because every time I have to make a video, people are tiptoeing around me like they want to fly. See them tiptoeing, see them, they're tiptoeing, they're passing. Okay, so I'm back here to talk about what I call the 1 month syndrome. The 1 month syndrome. I coined the 1 month syndrome because for some time now, a lot of people I have counseled, have always been asked by me, how long did you know your husband before you marry him? How long did you know your wife before you got married? Though that's the question I used to ask among other questions. And I kept hearing 1 month. 1 month. 1 month. So at some point I was like, what is it? All these people met under 1 month and they got married. So I coined it the 1 month syndrome, and I'd like to encourage you to avoid the 1 month syndrome. It's not good to rush into marriage. Don't let anybody rush you. You meet someone under 1 month and you marry the person, most likely you're going to have issues. Most likely. Now, am I trying to say that it is not possible to marry under 1 month and be happily married and be peacefully married? No, I'm not saying that, because I've seen a couple of people who got married in under a very short period of time, and they're still happily married. But it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. There are people who have the Spirit of God, and God has ordained it like that. They can determine whether this marriage is good or not, so they can even do it. However, I would still advise you, take your time. Take your time. It is possible to marry under a short period of time and be happy, but I can assure you that most of the time, the majority of them have problematic marriages, because you need to know who you're getting married to. You need to understand them. Okay, so in my own case, I got married to my husband under a short period, not so short, but it was short enough. But now this is someone that was my nursery school classmate. We've always known ourselves for a long time. We parted ways for years, and then we got reconnected, and we're friends, normal platonic brother and sister in the Lord, like a sister to me, like a brother to me. Kind of friendship until the time that he became interested in marrying me and we got married. It was very easy. The story is a long one. Maybe someday I'm going to make a video on that. It is possible to marry. Mine was not 1 month though. It was months, couple of months. Okay, so it's not as if it is not possible. It's possible, but it's not for everyone. There is a way to do it, and God must be the one directing you to do that. If God is not directing you to do that, you might not get lucky. There are also people who are just lucky. Oh, they just got lucky. But nobody, sometimes their parents have been praying for them, or maybe they just have some good strategies to know. Like, if you have not watched my video, how to respond, how to handle a marriage proposal, you can watch it part 1 and 2. You're going to see how I shared strategies on how to know who can be good for you after you have prayed. So let's avoid the 1 month syndrome. The kind of stories we hear, and you're like, how do people even have the mind? I mean, it must be bold people who have the mind to marry someone under 1 month. We advise, we counsel, I encourage you not to be in a hurry. We've heard stories, we've heard stuff. Most of the time, if you can just wait, You can just ask questions. You can just relate with the person, give time, pray, observe, ask questions. You know, my dad was someone that could question you and you would tell the truth. He would speak without knowing. He wanted to be a lawyer, but he couldn't be. So, but he still had it in him. He would ask you questions systematically. He will question you until you speak the truth. You might not speak it directly, but you will give a clue. So let's avoid it. Some time ago, there's a young man that wanted to marry someone we know. He had a very nasty attitude. Nasty attitude. Ah, ah, ah. And then the relationship ended. This guy went to another lady and proposed to her. Unluckily for him, this girl knew us. And this is like a faraway location. States apart, like two ends of the country. This girl came back to one daddy that we know and told the daddy, oh, there's a man that wants to marry me. He's even asking me to visit him. He said I should come like this, bring this and come in this, come like this. And I can't say this here, okay? And it was very suspicious. So the daddy asked him, so not his biological dad, so what's his name? What does he do? And all of that and all of that. He can't mention the guy's name. And we almost fainted. The same guy. Now we tell him, say, no be this guy. You cannot marry this one. This one will kill you. What if she didn't even seek wise counsel? What if she rushed into that marriage? We don't know what would have happened. So we're not saying that sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes these marriages become very problematic. But some of them do sail through, but you would have suffered. Some die inside. Some don't even come out. Some don't make it alive. Some die inside. Some come out and things get better for them. But I can assure you that not so many. So please, when someone proposes to you or you want to get married to someone, take your time. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. Let's avoid the 1 month syndrome. The stories we're hearing, the number of deaths are increasing. Violence, domestic violence, because of marrying total strangers that we didn't take time to study, we didn't take time to know, we didn't take time to pray about, we didn't, seek wise counsel on. Okay, so thank you very much for listening. If you like my video, please like it, share it, tag people so that people can learn. Thank you and stay tuned for more.